Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, was known for his quiet and reserved nature, and while he did not leave behind a vast collection of famous quotes like some of his counterparts, a few notable statements from him reflect his views and political life. However, there isn't a large collection of widely cited quotes attributed to him. Here are some thoughts that can give insight into his mindset. I have never been able to believe that the people of the South, by any possibility, can have been guilty of all the acts which are imputed to them. The Union must be preserved, but I think that the preservation of the Union is not the paramount object. The paramount object is to preserve the Constitution and the laws, and to maintain peace and order in the country. My object in life is to do as much good as I can, and to leave behind me the fame of having been a good citizen. I have always regarded the Constitution as a bulwark of liberty, and I have never failed to look upon the Union as a sacred trust. Justice, sir, is the great bond of society. There can be no happiness or success unless that great law is in full operation. Though Franklin Pierce was often overshadowed by other presidents in terms of rhetoric and speeches, these quotes reflect his moderate and constitutional approach to governance. Franklin Pierce's presidency and his personal life were marked by many challenges, and although he wasn't particularly known for prolific speech-making, his actions and words reflect his political ideals. Here are some additional expressions that can offer insight into his character and thoughts. I am not a man who seeks to make promises, but a man who seeks to fulfill them. In the face of difficult times, the nation must hold firm to its principles, for only then can we ensure our future strength and prosperity. The world may look to the United States for guidance, but it is our own Constitution that must remain our guiding star. I have always thought that the duties of a public servant are best performed with quiet diligence and a focus on the good of the nation, not personal ambition. Too often, politics has become a pursuit of self-interest. What is needed is a return to principles and a focus on the national well-being. The Union is a fragile bond, and while it must be preserved, it cannot be done so at the cost of justice or fairness. While Pierce's time in office was marked by significant challenges, including the tensions leading up to the Civil War, his words and actions reflect his deep commitment to constitutional principles and the preservation of the Union, even as he faced political and personal hardship. Franklin Pierce's words and political philosophy, though not widely quoted, can still offer glimpses into the mindset of a president who faced a tumultuous era. Here are additional reflections attributed to him. I have sought to serve my country in the best manner I could, without seeking fame or recognition, but only the preservation of its ideals. The government must be strong enough to uphold the law, but not so strong as to undermine the freedoms it is supposed to protect. I do not believe in sectionalism. The Union should stand as one, with every citizen working for the common good of the whole country. We must approach foreign affairs with prudence, but never allow ourselves to be led by fear or overconfidence. Political divisions are a natural result of a free society, but they must never be allowed to tear apart the fabric of our nation. To be a leader is to take responsibility, even when the road ahead is difficult and uncertain. These quotes, while not as often cited in the history books, reflect Pierce's dedication to unity and the constitutional order, even in a period of rising tensions that would eventually lead to the Civil War. His approach to leadership emphasized caution, balance, and a commitment to principles, even amid challenges. Franklin Pierce's presidency was marked by significant political tensions, particularly with the issues surrounding slavery and the division between North and South. His quotes, while not abundant, offer a perspective on his leadership and views. Here are some additional words reflecting his perspective. The future of our nation depends on a balance of power that respects the rights of each state, while preserving the unity of the Union. I have always considered the Constitution as the supreme law of the land, and in that regard, I will not deviate from it, regardless of the pressures of the moment. In times of national crisis, the strength of the Union is tested, but we must never lose sight of the principles upon which it was founded. Though we may disagree, it is important to recognize the dignity and rights of all men in a free society, for that is what gives our Union its strength. My duty as President is not to seek easy solutions, but to navigate the complexities of a nation divided, always with an eye toward the preservation of the Union. Greatness in government comes not from political victories but from maintaining the trust of the people and securing the future of the nation. I do not ask for applause for my actions, but for the understanding that I have acted in the best interest of the United States during difficult times. These expressions continue to reflect Pierce's commitment to the Union, the Constitution, and his sense of duty during an era fraught with political challenges. His presidency, while often seen as ineffective, nonetheless underscores the complexity of leadership in a nation on the brink of civil war.